Hey, what is going on, guys? Brew and Steel here, and it's that time again. This is going to be my moments of 2021. Thank you. I'm really excited for this video. I did a video for my 2019 moments and my 2020 moments, and this video is going to be uploaded a little late. I apologize because I was down in Boston doing some stuff, so I wasn't able to actually record. So this is going to be my moments of 2021. There's a lot to go over. I'm just going to talk about a few things that I did with my close friends that I know in real life. I'm going to talk about some of the family stuff that I did with family, which include my mother, my sister, my brother-in-law, and his parents. And, unfortunately, my dad wasn't. I don't want to get way into it, but unfortunately, my dad wasn't around a lot in 2021. So, but anyways, after that, I'll be also talking about and giving you guys my opinion on what my top 20 movies of 2021. So that's going to be towards the end of the video. But anyway, before we get started, I hope you guys enjoyed your 2021. It's a brand new year, 2022, and this video is all about 2021 and the moments that I had. But before we get into this video, I just want to mention that a few things. So just to clear some bad stuff about 2021. So this came right before midnight. So this event happened like a couple minutes or whatever before 2022 started. Actress legend Betty White passed away, and look, Betty White was an amazing actress. I've grown up. I have grown. I have look all the years I was a kid. I grew up watching her, and she died of natural causes. She was 99, I believe, and look, Betty White was hilarious. She was amazing, and that was just why does 2021 have to do that? As soon as I believe her birthday was the very next day. And Betty White was a just amazing actress, and I'm dearly gonna miss her. There's a couple shows that I remember her from, and she was just a amazing actor. She was funny. People loved her. Rest in peace, Betty White. We're definitely gonna miss you. But people grow old, and it is what it is. So that's the biggest loss of 2021. But anyways, going on to more bad stuff. Obviously, I don't really talk about family stuff, but I did a video about it. But I think it was sometime in February, like the beginning of 2020. Those who don't know, I lost my grandfather in 2021 early. And look, I was really close with my grandfather, and it's really hard because I get relatives, down in China, and it's really hard to like spend time with them. I have talked with my grandfather every other day. Twice a week, three times a week, as much as I can. And, it's hard. I was really close to my grandfather. Obviously, my dad wasn't doing well, wasn't taking this news really lightly. And, obviously this affects me because I was really close to my grandfather. And this grandfather is on my dad's side, by the way. But, yeah, so the full story of how he died is like I got the call from my dad that he got collapsed or he collapsed and his body was like shut down and he had to be in the hospital and he was in the coma for a couple weeks. He woke up. I tried to call him and it was really hard to understand what he was saying because he was just got out of coma. And I was informed like a couple days later that he was going to be put in a nursery home, and then that's when he called me a couple days ago and he said, "Yeah, I'm in a nursery home. I'm gonna do fine." And he said that he's gonna be fine, and he said that he loves me. And that was the last time I heard his voice. And I don't know the full extent of how he died. I think it was just health issues. My grandfather was getting old. But like I said about Betty White, people grow up to be old and then their time runs out. So, but I was heartbroken. I was in a bit of a shock and heartbroken position for 4 or 5 weeks after he passed away. So that's got to be one of the toughest 2021 moments. But anyways, I can't think of anything else that I want to talk about before we get into like the fun stuff. But I just want to talk about those two bad stuff, like horrible memory that I look. Losing a loved one is just horrible. So, but anyways, moving on. So this part of this video, so I'm gonna let you guys go so I can show you. This is gonna be just a voiceover. So this next part, you're going to see me talk about some of the stuff that I did with my friends and some of the stuff that I did with my family. So there are a couple of videos I want to show you. So let's roll the clip. Hey, what is going on, guys? So in this part of the video of my 2021 moments, I'm going to talk about all the fun stuff that I've done with my friends. So this is probably the funnest I've ever had. So this was my trip to Darien Lake. So this was Six Flags Darien Lake trip that I went with my friend Canadian Yorker, Texos, and Jason. So we had a blast. So it was maybe a 3 hour drive up there. So Jason was driving us and he paid for the hotel and everything, but we basically paid him back by paying him back gas money. So but this was an amazing trip. So we spent like one night there. So we went to Darien Lake, and then, so the funny thing is that the motel, me and Jason were looking online for motels to stay at for the night, and apparently one of them, we had to like refund our purchase because one of the motels that we purchased rooms, they don't provide bed sheets because of apparently it was because of COVID. So, and I told Jason about that, so he quickly refunded, and then we finally found another motel, which is like a 2-star, which is, I guess, horrible, but I mean, we didn't have a choice. So it was 2 rooms. I shared a room with Canadian Yorker, and Jason and Brian pretty much shared a room. And me and Canadian Yorker, we didn't go to bed late, and Brian and Brian, also known as Texos, and Jason, they crashed early, so they went to bed like around 10 or 9, I don't remember. But we had a blast. Me and the boys went to Darien Lake, Six Flags Darien Lake. The funny thing is that we were actually going to check in to our motel before we go to Darien Lake, but apparently they have a strict rule saying that they don't allow guests to check in the latest at 3 p.m. So we were planning on like checking into the motel like around like in the morning, like when we actually, not in the morning, but like when we got to Buffalo. So all New York people out there, you know where Buffalo is. If not, it's a place in New York. So apparently we were planning on checking into our motel once we arrived there, but apparently they have a rule saying that, oh, the latest you can check in is 3 p.m. So we just made a change of plan saying that, oh, we're gonna just go to Darien Lake first. But before we went to Darien Lake, we actually went to get lunch. So we had pizza, and these 3 guys ate like chicken wings or something. I lost my appetite for chicken for some reason, but yeah, after that was done, we went straight to Darien Lake. It was so much fun. The boomerang here, there were so many coasters. But we had a fun time. But apparently we didn't ride every single roller coaster. Apparently they were closing at the end when we didn't have time because apparently there were lightning and thunder at the end, so they had to close around like 5ish. So the funny thing is that me and Jason were on the web, and we actually found some really bad reviews of Darien Lake, and we just like, oh, what happens if it rains? What if the rides are closed? Like a lot of people online are complaining that most of the rides, like I say, like 80% of the rides were closed. But surprisingly, when we got there, the weather was sunny, and apparently like 90% of the rides were open. So, but yeah, Darien Lake was so much fun. I honestly want to go to another amusement park. And shout out to my guys, Jason, Canadian Yorker, and Brian, on a great trip. And after Darien Lake, we drove to check into our motel, and of course, we actually went out to get dinner. We went to this nice restaurant. I forgot the name, but they served like ribs. They served, I think I had mashed potatoes, but I had ribs and mashed potatoes, and I think it was green beans or something. But Canadian Yorker had chicken. I had a some sort of alcohol drink, and Jason and Brian, we both they both got sandwiches for dinner. So, and the next day, my friend Canadian Yorker had to leave for work because apparently he goes down to New York City and work. So it was just me, Brian, and Jason for the second day, and we went to the zoo. I got to feed a giraffe. It was so much fun. They had some exhibits that weren't open yet. So basically, we just went to the zoo and then we went to the beach. And the beach was pretty boring for Jason and Brian, so we decided to leave early. So that pretty much wraps up the trip. And yeah, this was a fun trip. I need to go out and have another trip with my boys, Jason, Canadian Yorker, and we tech those. So it was fun. This was August 7th, I believe, of 2021. So it was fun. It was a fun time. I enjoyed this trip. This is a two-part blog, so I'm not going to show all of it. So if you guys haven't checked out this blog yet, the videos, all the 2021 videos that I've done involving friends or whatever will be in the description of this video. So be sure to look out for my Six Flags Sierra Lake blog. So it'll be in the description of this video. So let's get moving to the next event. Alright guys, moving on to the next thing that I did with my friends. So this was Saratoga Comic Con 2021, and I went with Canadian Yorker, Jason, Brian, also known as We Texos, and I also went with a old friend of mine. His name is Trevor. You might have recognized him. So this was a awesome trip. So me and Canadian Yorker carpooled while Jason and Trevor carpooled, where Brian was driving by himself. So basically, me and Canadian Yorker. I remember I was supposed to get picked up by like around like 11, but Canadian Yorker was late, so we didn't leave until like 12ish, 1 o'clock. So, but we went ahead and I ordered food too. So we went to the Saratoga deli place. It's sandwiches and stuff. So it was really good, and yeah, right after we got food, I think I got an egg salad. It was an egg salad cheese regular sandwich with egg salad. It was really really good. I think they had avocado. I think my burger had avocado, or my sandwich had avocado in it. And right after, we did some sightseeing in the Comic Con. So we just went around. There were different kind of characters, Marvel characters, and they had a dance. They had a costume contest. Obviously, we didn't do that. So, and me and Jean were like building off, and we were just walking around by ourselves. We were trying to meet up with Brian, Trevor, and Jason, but they were up in the panel, so you can meet like celebrities and shit like that. Um, we met a lady that voiced the Pokemon voices, so I didn't get a chance because I was broke. I didn't pay for a signature or a picture, so all I had was a Batman shirt, where Canadian Yorker had like a regular shirt. And yeah, later on you'll see us meeting up with Trevor, Jason, and Brian. We were actually looking at face masks. They made like really nasty face masks that looked not bad, like they were fire. And right after, we just pretty much spent a lot of time at Comic Con until like 5ish, and then Brian, unfortunately, we had to leave. Unfortunately, he had to leave, where me, Canadian Yorker, Jason, and Trevor, we all like hung out for like 2 hours in front of Ben and Jerry's, and we just sat on the bench and we just chilled. And right after, we just like had dinner at this really delicious Italian place. So I ordered swordfish. I think it was swordfish, and the rest of the guys, they had like a really really good pasta, and it was my birthday around this time, so we went around the 24th of November, so this was a little after, and yeah, it was a fantastic trip, and I enjoyed it. I'm a huge Marvel fan. So the Comic Con I've gone to Comic Con before. I did a bunch of blogs with We Techos, also known as Brian, before. So I mean, this is the first ever Comic Con I went with Gene, but I mean, like I did go with Canadian Yorker before, but I just didn't meet him there. Like he was there, but I just like was blogging with Brian, and I haven't seen Trevor or Jason in so long, so it was a great opportunity to go to the Saratoga Comic Con with them. and it was a great opportunity to go to Darren Lake with them as well. So yeah, that was a fun time of 2021. So let's get moving. But this right here is I did a blog. So it's a two-part blog. So if you haven't checked it out, the blog link will be in the description for you guys to check out. And my buddy's links will be in the description as well. Trevor doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I linked his Instagram. So yeah, that is like Saratoga Comic Con with the boys, and yeah, let's move on. Alright guys, moving on. So this memory is when I played pickleball with my friends. So this was just me, Brian, and Canadian Yorker. So they all came over to my place and we played pickleball. Those who don't know what pickleball is, it's basically a combination of ping pong and tennis. So as you can see there, it's hard to explain to me right now, but it's really fun game. Many people say that it's for old people, but I'm the one that got Canadian Yorker and Retech those into pickleball. I invited them both separate times to the YMCA to like play pickleball, and they pretty much enjoy it. So basically, you play with a whistle ball, and it's different from a tennis ball and ping pong ball, of course. So as you can see there, Brian is basically you have to serve it to this the opposite box. So and then you got one part. Usually pickleball is for doubles. So like doubles is well known in pickleball. So usually you have two people. You usually have a partner on your team. So if you're receiving, your partner is up volleying. So there's this area near the net called the kitchen. So you have to let the ball bounce in the kitchen first before you can hit go and hit it. So it's really confusing, and the score is 0-0-1, which 0-0 is the score, and then 1 is basically which server I use. So I could be the first server or the second server. So you say your score. So like say that I'm up like 4-0, right? So it'd be like fourth um four serving 0, and it'll be like 4-0-1. So the 4 is your point, 0 is the other team's point, and then 1 is the server number. So let's say that me and Canadian Yorker are on a team, right? And he's serving on the left side, so he'd be the second server. So it'll be like 4-0-2. So the third number would be the server number. So it's confusing, but pickleball, I would say if you know how to play tennis and ping pong, you'll be okay. But the serving is really difficult. You basically have a pickleball paddle. As you can see there, it's a regular paddle, but it's interesting. I remember on this day I had a little trouble playing because I'm used to playing pickleball like indoors. So this was sometime after. Yeah, I believe this was the last time me and the boys hanged out. I'm not quite sure, but pickleball is really fun. Uh, I would definitely suggest it. If you have like a group of friends, if you want to play pickleball, go ahead. It's really fun. I remember that Brian was asking me about the rules because maybe he was saying that, oh, don't you have to let the ball double bounce? But I explained to him that yeah, you have to let the ball bounce, but after 2 hits. So like say that I'm serving to him, say that I'm serving to Brian, and then I serve it, he has to let it bounce, and then I let it bounce. It's after 2 bounce, and then after that you can just volley whenever you want. So pickleball isn't really a well-known sport, but it's really fun. I first got into it when I was at the Y, so I was looking at I was watching people play it. I'm like I said, pickleball is well known for a sport for old people, but I mean, people are telling me, oh, it's for young people too. It's really good exercise and fun that you can play with friends, and that's exactly what I believe in. And right now here, you can see I'm playing with Canadian Yorker and we take those, and they seem to like it. I'm not sure if my friend Jason or Trevor played it, but yeah, they. If you haven't played ping pong or tennis, you definitely will have some issues playing pickleball. Um, the thing is, Gene and we texted Brian never played never played tennis or ping pong. Well, they played ping pong. I introduced them to. Well, both of them played ping pong before, but they probably learned the skills from ping pong, but not tennis. Brian and Jean don't play tennis like myself, so it's really hard for them. But yeah, this was a fun time. I enjoyed playing pickleball with them, and once this COVID once this COVID slows down a little bit, I gotta invite them again. So that's another memory of 2021. So yeah, let's move on. Alright guys, moving on. So this is basically right after when we played Pickleball, so you guys are familiar with these videos. I did one-on-one videos with Brian and Gene. I also did horse videos with Brian and Gene separate, but this is actually the first time I played horse with both of them. So as you can see here, we played horse, so we played 2 rounds, and these videos are always fun. To be honest, like look, I'm not really good at basketball, but if you have friends that are fooling around and having a good time, it's fun and all. And, you trash talk and, you try to say that you're better than the other one. So, as you can see here, yeah, so the horse is pretty much the most fun game that I played. Um, I do want to play a little bit of competitive. So, as you can see, I have done basketball video with both Wheat Texas and Canadian Yorker, and I have done one-on-one videos. I have done horse videos. I have done what is that? I forgot the name of the game that we played. It was one person shoots, and then if you have to make it, I don't remember. Bank. I've done that, but there are some other basketball games that I do want to record and play with both Canadian Yorker and Brian. So um, yeah, it was actually a nice day, but still, COVID was a huge deal, and I was fully vaccinated, so I didn't really give a crap. But Horse, you guys are familiar with the videos that I do for Horse and basketball, and the one-on-one videos that I've done with these two guys. Um, Really, really fun. It's just we haven't had the time to do it again because of COVID, and it's a serious thing right now. Right now, I don't have time to hang out with them, so it is what it is. But I've never done a video for basketball with Trevor before or Jason. I don't think I did a video with either of them, so that is something I'm looking to do in the future, maybe if they're up for it. But yeah, the horse game right here is another memory, so let's move forward. Alright guys, moving on. So this is another moment that I had with Canadian Yorker. So those who don't know, me and Canadian Yorker actually did a lot of broadcast videos. So we did a few this year, and actually not this year, but in 2021. You get what I mean, but 2021 we did a few broadcasts, and this one we were talking about um, it's a really hard topic that we did. Basically, it was talking about how people were suffering from anxiety and like depression. So I thought it was a good topic, and then Canadian Yorker decided to join me, and then we had a discussion about it. I have encountered it before in my life. People come across anxiety and depression most of the time as well. So me and Canadian were just talking about that. We did a broadcast talk about um, can people date in the gaming community or something like that. So is it okay people don't know, like, is it okay for people to not know what their person looks like, the person that you're dating online, and you just met them online and you date them. So we discussed about that as well. But this was a discussion about depression, and we are just talking about how like, oh, there's a certain tennis player named Noagi Masaki, or she was dealing with depression, and American gymnastic. There was a what's her name? I forgot. Flo Stevens, I think. No, not Flo. Well, Flo Stevens also was dealing with depression, but Simone Biles, yeah, Simone Biles was dealing with a huge amount of anxiety and depression, and she withdrew from the finals, or was it the semifinals of the Olympics? But she decided to come back. She was still dealing with the anxiety and depression, but she came in like third place or something. and we were just saying that, oh, how can she do this to her teammate? Canadian Yorker was talking about how she was like, she didn't stay behind her teammates' back, and we were talking about how Michael Phelps was dealing with anxiety and depression, and how he came back and won a bunch of gold. And depression is just a huge deal, and this was an interesting topic, but I'm not going to talk about too much. So if you haven't seen this video will be in the description. It's a 3-part video. So this whole broadcast talk that I did with Canadian Yorker will be in the description of this video. Be sure to check it out. We had a serious talk about depression and anxiety, and it's a big thing. It's a stressful thing. We were talking about how Robin Williams killed himself in his home because he was dealing with stress, and that's the case. But yeah, we were just talking about that. If you guys haven't checked it out, I have done many broadcast videos with Canadian Yorkers. We talked about shootings. We talked about all sorts of topics. So if you guys want to check out those videos, be sure to go to my playlist, Stuff with Friends, and all the broadcast videos that I did with him. Brian has joined us for a couple broadcasts in the past as well. But yeah, that is another memory that I did with Canadian Yorker. It's great to talk about something in life, with a friend. So let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, moving on to my next moment of 2021. This is when I went to a soccer game with my sister and my brother-in-law at Gillette Stadium, which is located near Boston. So before I talk about this, I just want to tell you guys that I've been to Boston so many times. This is actually the longest I've been in there. Pretty much I've been going back to New York and Boston in 2021 due to personal reasons I'd rather not talk about. But yeah, this was my first ever soccer game between the New England Revolution versus the Nashville. I forgot who the Nashville soccer team was. But this was my first soccer game that I went to, and it was a great experience. But the fact that it rained, it made it pretty crazy. But yeah, the rain was absolute like going down during this game. It ended up there was no goals at all. I think the score was 0-0. Yes, just like other sports like basketball, hockey, the well, I wouldn't say hockey, but football, like football, a soccer game can end in a tie, and that's what happened. It's really hard to score a goal in soccer, and I don't blame both teams trying their hardest, and then the goaltender might be really good, the goalkeeper might be really good, and yeah. So before we get, so it was me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and some of my brother-in-law's friends that I don't know, but we ordered some food, so I don't know what I ordered. I think it was like a pizza or something roll, but it was really, really good. And then we got to our seats, and it was raining. It was really, really raining. It was good action. It was really hard to record too because apparently, of course, phones aren't waterproof. But I was wearing my raincoat and everything. But we had decent seats too. So that was my moment. That was another moment. So yeah. I rarely go to soccer games, so it was a great experience, and yeah, hopefully I can go to another one. So let's move on. Yo, what is up, guys? We are back, and I hope you guys enjoyed those moments that I showed you. Um, Look, Canadian Yorker, Brian, and Jason are great friends, and going to that soccer game was such a great memory. I believe that was my first soccer game, so it was a great experience. And Canadian Yorker, Brian, Jason, and Trevor, they're great friends and all. But right now, I want to talk about more stuff. But unfortunately, I don't have actual like blog footage, just like I showed you. So I'm just gonna talk it out for you guys, if that's fine. So, so anyways, some other moments of 2021. By the way, I took a lot of pictures of these moments, so they will be on my Instagram. So I will post my Instagram in the description of this video so you guys can check it out. My Instagram is actually on private, so you would have to add me first. But each moment will be posted in the description, so it's gonna have the Instagram link and what the moment is. So if you click on it and you don't view it, that's because you're not friends with me. My Instagram's on private, so if you're not friends with me and you want to see the photos, go ahead and follow me, and I'll follow you back as soon as possible, and you'll be able to see these pictures. So, anyways, get into the moments of 2021. I want to talk about, of course, the 4th of July celebration. I've gone to many celebrations with my friend Brian. I went with my friend Kieran before, and I didn't get a chance to go because of obviously of COVID, and I was really busy at the time, so I actually decided to ride my bike and go to. So I live in Waterford, New York. So basically, I just rode my bike up to Waterford by myself, and I watched fireworks. And I believe I do have a video for this, so I'll make sure I post it in the description of this video. But it was probably the best fireworks I've ever seen because I was this close. And when the fireworks went up, they were above my head. They were so close and loud, and it was amazing. But anyways, going into so I made a list right here. It's right in front of me on Microsoft Word. So I just made a list, and these aren't like in order. So like one of the events could be before or after. So I apologize. So the next one is actually sport related. Obviously, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and this is probably a bad memory. So my Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously, with that horrible performance against the Cleveland Browns in the wild card game. This was during COVID too, as well, and we just got our ass kicked. I don't want to think about it, but it's probably got to be um, a memory in the history book as a Steelers fan because it was so bad. And Ben Roethlisberger and Marquise Pouncey was next to each other. They were crying together. It was possibly Ben Roethlisberger's last game, and obviously Marquise Pouncey retired all after that talk with Ben, and that's just that. Um, Going to the next moment, I obviously got a new iPhone 8. So my original phone that I had was the iPhone 6. So the iPhone 8, obviously I was looking to get the iPhone 13, but obviously I wanted to go step by a time. But like my dad told me the iPhone 8 was pretty old, but I'm like, I don't really need a fancy phone. But I went ahead and bought the iPhone 8. I saw it was a little bit of similarities to it. It looked exactly the same, so I was a little concerned that maybe they got my shipment package wrong. So apparently they did ship me the iPhone 8. So the only difference that I see is that the headphones, there's no place that you can put the headphones. It's the charging cord and the headphones have the same plug, so you have to plug in the headphones into the charging ports. So that's kind of, I don't really like that, but it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, I upgraded my phone a bit this in 2021. So yeah, moving on to the next moment. Trevor, one of my friends. So I met him. So me and Trevor have known each other since high school, and we haven't seen each other for a while. He's been busy with jobs and shit, and he's been going for stuff, and I haven't had a chance to hang out until. I don't want to talk about personal shit about him, but like personal stuff about him, but like he was dealing from shit, and I went over to his house and we hung out. So I got to see my bud Trevor for the first time in so long, and we do have a picture. It's on Instagram. I'll make sure to post it. Like I said, all these Instagram photos will be posted in the description, but my Instagram is on private, so you would have to add me to see them. But I'm telling you guys the moments right now. But anyways, moving on to the next moment. This is when I was in Boston. Like I said, um, I have been in Boston a lot in 2021 due to family errands and an apartment or whatever. But I got to visit the New England Aquarium and the Museum of Science. I have been to both places. I have been to both of those places a lot of times, so I kind of know what to expect. So the aquarium classic and the Museum of Science, there's not really enough to talk about, to be honest, but um, I did go to the New England Aquarium and the Museum of Science. So yeah, So moving on. So this is also when I was in Boston. So most of these moments is when I was in Boston due to the fact that I wasn't in New York a lot. But yeah, I got to. So I barely hang out with my brother-in-law's parents. So basically, the first time I met them was at the wedding when my sister and my brother-in-law got married. So that was the first time I met them, I believe, and the second time was actually what I'm gonna talk about right now. So we just so the part why not? So the reason why I've been in Boston a lot is because of the apartment that me and my mom kind of had, but they have this nice rooftop where you can see Boston Common in the city. Basically, I saw my brother-in-law's parents for the second time, and we went up there to take pictures. That's also a picture that's gonna be in the description. And we also went to this nice place. I think it was, I forgot where it was, but I know it's near Quincy Market. But it's a really nice food joint place. It's like it's this building, and then you go through it, and then there's a lot of food. So basically, I bought a lobster mac and cheese. It was really good, and there's some sandwich. And we basically went to Chinatown and got some desserts, and that's pretty much it. It was a fun time. And yeah, moving on. Going back to the sports news. Obviously, you guys know I'm a huge Boston Celtics fan. I didn't really do a Celtics video a lot, but this was the year that the Celtics announced that they have fired Brad Stevens. I wouldn't say fired, but he stepped down to be, I think, the GM or whatever it is. But the Celtics has announced that we have hired new head coach Emin Udaga, whatever his name is. So far, the Celtics are like struggling a little bit, but yeah, that's the big news of 2021. Celtics hire a new coach. So, anyways, moving on. My friend Brian, we text those. I do have pictures for this. I did not really record. There was no reason, but I did go to lunch with him twice. I probably have gone to lunch with Brian a lot, but yeah, we went to a country drive-in. So those who might be watching might wonder what Country Drive-In is. It's basically a food place. It's really, really good. Those who are watching from who's probably in the area, Albany area, you probably know what I'm talking about. But it basically has burgers, uh, burgers, whatever, the same thing. But like hot dogs, fries, ice cream. But the funniest fact is that I didn't realize because it's been so long it's been so long that I haven't been there for so long. So I ordered my food, right, and like I had my credit card out, and they're like, sorry, we don't take credit card. And then Brian was nice enough to give me a $20, and he said that I have to pay him back, which I did. So um yeah, if you ever go there, they only accept cash. So, but anyways, and then another time I went to 99 Restaurant with Brian, and I don't remember what I got, but I think it was pretty much a burger. There is a picture, so that's going to be in the description of this video as well. So yeah, moving on. Moving on. So wait a second. Yeah, moving on. Sorry. Moving on. So the next event. So earlier I showed you a clip of me, Canadian Yorker, and Brian playing pickleball. So after, and then I showed you guys a clip of us playing basketball. And right after that, Brian had to leave early. Then me and Gene just talked, and we made up, and then we actually went out to get Chinese together, and we just had to talk like great grown friends. And yeah, the Chinese was really good. It was down in downtown Waterford, so it was good. So, anyways, I also want to talk about another moment. I did mention the 4th of July that I went to Waterford by myself, but I did do something with Brian. I did mention that I've gone to 4th of July celebrations with Brian. I've gone to a 4th of July celebration with Jason and Kiernan. Kiernan is another friend of mine. And also, yeah, 4th of July, before the Waterford fireworks, I actually hung out with Brian. We went canoeing, so I haven't canoed in so long, and the canoe that I have in my backyard has been there for so long now. I don't even remember the last time I went canoeing, so it's crazy. So we went canoeing, we played Wii, me and Brian played some Wii. Oh, the old classic Wii, guys, it's so much fun. And We roasted some. Actually, I roasted some hamburgers and I roasted some hot dogs. I basically was the cook. So good thing I didn't burn the house down. And yeah, we talked, hanging out like normal friends. And like I said, Brian's one of my best friends. Canadian Yorker's one of my best friends. Kieran, Trevor, Jason as well. Um, and yeah, we basically sat down and ate hot dogs, hamburgers. It was so much fun. So, anyways, yeah, great job. So, moving on. So this is also when I was in Boston. I spent so much time. So I mentioned that I was in Boston a lot. So I spent a lot of time with my brother-in-law and sister as well. And yeah, so my brother-in-law took me. So in 2021, this moment, my brother-in-law took me mountain biking for the first time. At first, I was scared because all the terrain. Obviously, my bike that I have here isn't really reliable. So I just got the helmet, the gear. I have pictures of that too as well. So basically, you just sit on a chain lift, and they put your bike, and you sit down. So there's a green line, a black line. The black line is the hardest trail for mountain biking. And basically, I was a beginner, basically. And I bike, but mountain biking is a whole new level. So basically, there's the green trail, which is for beginners, which I did a couple times, and I did the blue line. The blue line is the medium trail, so it's like the middle level for people. And I did that once, and I was okay. So, but the first time I actually did it, I ended up running into I end up ramming into a tree. I literally cracked into a tree, guys. Um, but it was embarrassing, but it is what it is. You learn from your mistakes. That's all about like being something. Anything that you do, it can be something. Your first time, whatever, you just learn from it, and then you learn from your mistakes, and you get better. That's how life is. But mountain biking was so much fun. I'm not sure if I would do it again. It made me look. I'm not gonna lie. Mountain biking made me really nervous, and it's really fun. But I think more what I was worried about was getting hurt because my brother-in-law told me that he's a member there. So my brother-in-law was a member of the mountain biking club, and he was telling me like how um he like saw people getting hurt, like he witnessed someone getting hurt. Like he told me that some kid broke both of his wrists, some kid broke a neck or something. So I just got freaked out. So I actually asked my brother-in-law if they can suit me up with armor and stuff, like anything. So, um, but yeah, mountain biking was pretty much so much fun. Okay, going on. Obviously, 2021. The look. I haven't gone out a lot in 2021. Obviously, at Boston, I have, of course, but so I got my vaccination shots in 2021. So the first one was May of 26, and then the second one was June. So obviously you have to wait like 6 months, I believe, until you're fully vaccinated. So I got my two vaccination shot, and obviously right now people are getting booster shots. I'm uncertain if I'm gonna get a booster shot. I probably will at some point. But anyways, yeah. Moving on to all of that. Um, I got a DJ Watt jersey for Christmas. So look, I love DJ Watt. He's one of the best defensive players on the Steelers, and yeah, I pretty much was the only person in this family that likes to watch sports. So my dad got me a DJ Watt jersey. I believe for my birthday or my jersey. I don't remember, but yeah. But anyways, so talking about more stuff, I made a fried rice video. I've done fried rice videos with friends, but I did this solo. So basically, I did a time lapse video of me making fried rice. So that was fun. Talking about more family stuff. I basically spent Christmas in Boston with my family. Took a lot of pictures with her, my mother and sister, and my brother-in-law. Like I said, my father wasn't really around a lot, and I spent some time with my mother, and we went out. I bought lobster rolls. The lobster rolls are absolutely amazing. Me and mom went to a Union Oyster House dinner. It was really nice. I got some sort of pasta. I don't remember what she got, but there was a couple pictures. Boston Common, obviously. So the apartment that we own is right near Boston Common. So we had so many opportunities to hang out with the little furry guys, the squirrels, and walk my dog. And yeah, it was fun. Um, and I was over at my sister's place and my brother-in-law's house, and we did a lot of stuff actually. They got a delicious ice cream spot, and look, I've taken like 5, 6 pictures of my ice cream, and it looks good. And those pictures will also be in the description of the video. Um, so yeah, and I also actually there was one time my sister told me, "Oh, dinner is all on you." So I had to look up a recipe or something. So I'm like, "What should I make?" Because I also had to go out grocery shopping, and basically we made stuffed shells, crab shells, and I also took pictures of that as well. And yeah, those are the moments. I think that's pretty much everything. I'm not sure if I missed everything, but yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll be back in a short amount of time. And yeah, like I said, all these moments I talked about, the pictures are on Instagram. My Instagram is Bruin Steel. Be sure to add me. My Instagram name will be in the description, and all the Instagram photos of my moments that I talked about will be in the description. And I may have missed some, so if those that I missed will also be in the description. But like I said, my Instagram is private, so you probably won't see the photos. But if you do want to make the photos, give me a follow, and I'll follow you back as soon as possible. And yeah, and anyways, this next part is going to be me talking about my top 20 movies of 2021. So let's do this. Alright guys, so welcome to my top 20 movies of 2021. So let's get started. So the first movie is called Worth of a Man. Obviously Jason Statham is a great actor and all, and this is a must-see movie. I've enjoyed this movie so much. It's just so much action, and Jason Statham is just a amazing actor. So those who don't know what this movie is about, is basically a new security guard is basically posed as a new guard. Yeah, a security guard. Sorry, um, is a security guard for a cash truck. Surprises his co-worker when he unleashes skills during the heist, and the crew is left wondering who is he and where he comes from. And basically, this guy is taking revenge on a certain person for killing his son. So yeah, this movie was amazing, and if you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. Worth of a Man is on my list for my top 20 movies of 2021. Alright, moving on to my next movie of 2021. This is called Vacation Friend, and obviously WWE wrestler John Cena was in this movie. So was just a hilarious movie, and it was definitely on my list for my top 20 movies of 2021. So basically, Marcus and Emily is the couple, and they enjoy a vacation time in Mexico, and they show up and meet another couple named Ron and Kaya, uninvited to their wedding. So it's just up and downs about relationships. And yeah, this movie was hilarious. John Cena obviously is in this movie, so it's a rated R movie. It's drugs, guns, shit like that. But this movie was hilarious. So if you haven't checked it out, be sure to watch this movie. Vacation Friends is on my list for my 2021 movies. Alright, moving on to my next movie of my top 20 movies of 2021. This movie is called Jungle Cruise, and this was a great movie. And this movie was based off of Disney. So obviously the actors, Dwayne Johnson, another former WWE wrestler, and Emily Blunt. I love Emily Blunt. Basically what this movie was about was Dr. Lily Houghton enlists the aid of wisecracking skipper Frank to take her down to the Amazon in his boat, and they search for an ancient tree that holds the power to heal. So they come across a lot of obstacles. So this is definitely a movie to watch. Be sure to check it out. Jungle Cruise is on the list for my top movies. Alright, the next movie on my top 20 list of 2021 is called Free Guy. And other than Ryan Reynolds, this is a movie that I have never seen before, but there's going to be movies in this I've never seen, but I put these movies that I haven't seen on my list because of high reviews. But this movie basically is a bank teller discovers he's actually a background player in the open world, kind of like GTA. And he basically rewrites himself in the world, and then he can, I don't know basically, but it's just he decides to become the hero of his own story, one that he can rewrite himself. In a world where there's no limits, he determines to save the day his way before it's too late. Maybe find a little romance. It's basically GTA, guys, but it's a high review. I would definitely recommend watching this. So if you haven't, check it out. Free Guy has made it to my top 20 of 2021 movies. Yep, another Ryan Reynolds movie. The next movie on my top 20 list of movies is called The Hitman Bodyguard. The Hitman's Wife Bodyguard. This is another movie I never seen before, but it's a high review. Basically, it's a bodyguard. Michael Bruce and Hitman Darius Kinga are back for another life-threatening mission. Still unlicensed and under security, Bruce is forced into action by Darius even more. Soon, all three are in over their heads when a madman sinister plot threatens to leave Europe in total chaos. Um, this is another movie I've never seen, so I don't really know what happens, but that's basically the summary that I read. And yeah, it's definitely looking at the reviews and people commenting that it was a really good movie. And yeah, that is why Hitman's Wife Bodyguard has reached my top 20 movies of 2021. The next movie on my top 20 list of 2021, this movie is called Infinite with Mark Wahlberg. And basically, this movie is haunted by memories of places he never visited. A man joins forces with a group of reborn warriors to stop a madman from destroying the endless cycle of life and reincarnation. I have to say, this was a amazing movie. This is definitely a movie to a movie to watch. And if you haven't done so, be sure to check this movie out. Infinity has reached my top 20 movies of 2021. So, if you haven't done so, be sure to watch this movie. That's right, y'all. Venom and Tom Hardy is back in action in 2021. This is called Venom, Let There Be Carnage. This was an amazing movie. If you guys definitely haven't seen this, something's wrong with you, but for real, if you haven't seen this, go ahead and watch this movie. Holy shit. Eddie Brock is still struggling to coexist with the shape-shifting Airsalvo Venom. When D-rated serial killer Dietrich K also becomes host to an alien hit, Brock and Venom must put aside their difference to stop his reign of terror. Yeah, be sure to watch this movie, guys. Venom is going to hunt you down if you don't, so that is why this movie is on my top 20 list of 2021, guys. Careful, look out behind you. Venom might be there. No doubt in my mind that this has got to be one of the top movies of 2021. There's a reason why I chose this movie for my top 20 movies. This movie, Black Widow, the one and only Scarlett Johansson. Holy crap! This movie was amazing. If you haven't watched this movie, man, you're missing out. This movie was amazing. Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, confronts the darker parts of her ledger when a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past arises. Pursued by her force that will stop at nothing to bring her down, Natasha must deal with her history as a spy and a broken relation left in the wake long before she becomes an Avenger. Wow. Way before she was a part of the Avengers. How about that? There's a reason why this movie is on my top 20 lists of 2021. If you haven't watched this movie yet, go ahead. Another huge movie, guys. Definitely going to be on my list for my top 20 movies of 2021. Godzilla vs. Kong. Kong and his protesters undertake a previous journey to find his true home. Along with the ride is Gia, an orphan girl who has a unique and powerful bond with the mighty beast. However, they soon find themselves in the path of a rearranged Godzilla as he cuts a swath of destruction across the globe. The initial confrontation between the two titans, invested by unseen forces, is the only beginning of the mystery that lies deep within the core of the planet. Great movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. Godzilla vs. Kong. Just crazy, man. Let's fucking go. Another movie that I was looking so forward to, guys. This is Fast and Furious 9, guys, with John Cena. John Cena is the villain in this movie. This movie was supposed to come out in 2020, I believe, but because of the COVID, it got delayed to 2021. So basically, this was a 2020 movie, but it just got moved. But anyways, Dom Tora is living the quiet life of a grid with Letty and his son, but they know that danger always lurks just over the peaceful horizon. This time, the threat forces Dom to confront the sins of his past to save those he loved the most. His crew soon comes together to stop a world-shattering plot by the most skilled assassin, a high-perform driver they ever encountered, Dom's forsaken brother, which was played by John Cena. I love the Fast and Furious series, guys, and if you haven't seen Fast and Furious 9, this is the chance. Be sure to do so. Fast and Furious 9 is on my list for my top 20 movies of 2021. Wow. Alright, guys, so the next movie on my top 20 movies of 2021 is Tom and Jerry. I know, guys, what you're thinking. What the fuck am I doing? What's wrong with me? But I don't care. Tom and Jerry, this movie was amazing. Honestly. A legendary rivalry emerges when Jerry moves into New York City's finest hotel on the eve of the wedding of the century, forcing the desperate Eve event planner to hire Tom to get rid of him. As Mason ensures the escalating cat and mouse battle soon threatens to destroy her career, the wedding, and possibly the hotel itself. Guys, if you haven't seen this movie, be sure to do so. Especially if you're a Tom and Jerry movie fan, sorry. But anyways, that's the reason why this movie is on my top 20 list of 2021. Wow. What is your name, sir? It's James. James Bond. Well, guys, this is the next movie on my top 20 movies of 2021. The movie is called No Time to Die. The final chapter to James Bond. Look, I love Daniel Craig. He did such a good job. This movie was well done. I love the James Bond franchise, and yeah, James Bond is enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica after leaving active service. However, his peace is short-lived as his old CIA friend Felix Leiter shows up and asks for help. The mission to rescue a kidnapped scientist turns out to be far more treacherous than expected, leading Bond on the trail of a mysterious villain who's armed with a dangerous new weapon. Guys, be sure to watch this. Bye, James. Moving on, guys. The next movie on my list for my top 20 movies of 2021, this movie is called Red Notice. And as you can see here, Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Gal Gadot. She is the actor of Wonder Woman. So this was an amazing movie. Basically, this movie is about, in the world of international crime, an Interpol agent attempts to hunt down and capture the world's most wanted art thief. This was an amazing movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, be sure to do so. I'm pretty sure Netflix has all these movies. But anyways, this is the reason why this movie is on my top 20 list of 2021. Be sure to check out this movie. Alright, moving on to my next top 20 movies of 2021. This movie is called Space Jam: A New Legacy with LeBron James. Superstar LeBron James and his young son Dom gets trapped in digital space by a rogue AI. To get home safely, LeBron teams up with Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and the rest of the Looney Tunes gang for a high-stake basketball game against the AL's digital champions of the course, a powered-up roster called the Goon Squad. This was a hilarious movie, to be honest, and Look, I love Looney Tunes. That was my childhood, and LeBron James awesome. So if you're an NBA fan and if you're a LeBron James and you haven't seen this movie, be sure to do so. So yeah, this movie is my top 20 movies of 21. Perhaps one of the biggest movies of 2021. This is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home, and this movie was just amazing, and this has got to be up there. This is probably one of the probably top 5 people rated this movie. And yeah, with Spider-Man's identity now revealed, our friendly neighborhood wingslinger is unmasked and no longer able to separate his normal life as Peter Parker from the high stakes of being a superhero. When Peter asked for help from Doctor Strange, the stakes became even more dangerous, forcing him to discover what truly means to be Spider-Man. Guys, most of you probably haven't seen this movie yet since it kind of recently came out, but like, oh my god, this movie was amazing. Most definitely top movie of 2021. If you haven't seen it, be sure to do so. Like, really, this is why it's on the list. Another goddamn great movie, guys. This is The Suicide Squad with John Cena. And look, Margot Robbie, she has done an amazing job as Harley Quinn. And this is definitely going to be a top movie of 2021. This has a high rating as well. Idris Elba, who plays Bloodsport, had done a great job as well. The government sends the most dangerous supervillains in the world, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, King Shark, Harley Quinn, and others to the remote enemy-infused island of the Corto Maltese. However, armed with high-tech weapons, they streak through the dangerous jungle in a search and destroy mission with only Colonel Red Flag on the ground to make them behave. Guys, if you haven't seen this, be sure to do so. And this movie is on my top list of 2021. The next movie on my list for my top 20 movies of 2021, this is called Those Who Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie. And Angelina Jolie is an amazing actor, man. It brings me back to when she played all those, Lara Croft and Tomb Raider movies, and also Mr. and Mrs. Smith always brings me back memories, but this movie was just amazing. Still reeling from the loss of 3 lives, Hannah is a smoke jumper who perched in the watchtower high above the mountain wilderness. She soon encounters Connor, a skittish boy whose blood, traumatized, and on a run in the remote forest. As Hannah tries to bring him to safety, she's unaware of the real dangers to follow. 2 reckless killers hunting Connor, and a fierce blaze consuming everything in its path. This movie was just amazing, and I love Angelina Jolie. All the movies that I've seen her play in the past, Salt. Did she play in Salt? I don't forgot about that, but yeah, this was an amazing movie. Be sure to check it out if you haven't. So yeah, that is this movie. It's amazing. The next movie on my top 20 list of 2021, this is called Unforgivable, with Sandra Bullock. And Sandra Bullock was an amazing actor. She just did a great job in this movie. I remember watching The Proposal. I remember the famous movie The Blind Side. And basically this movie is about Ruth Slater, a woman released from prison after serving a sentence for a violent crime and attempts to re-enter society. She must try to put her life back together again in a world that she refuses to forgive her past. It's just an amazing movie. Sandra Bullock has done so much throughout the years, and she's still acting, and it's crazy. I don't even know how old she is, but yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, be sure to do so. This movie was definitely worth it, and it's amazing. Be sure to watch it, guys. 2 more movies to go, guys. So the next movie on my top 20 list of 2021, this is a Chris Pratt movie, The Tomorrow War. This was just an amazing movie. Basically, this is what's it about. The world is stunned when a group of time travelers arrive from the year 2051 to deliver an urgent message. 30 years in the future, mankind is losing a global war against a deadly alien species. This movie was just amazing, and it's definitely worth watching. And if you haven't done so, be sure to check it out. There goes another movie. This is going to be on my top 20 movie list of 2021. And we are finally here, guys. The final movie on my list of my top 20 movies of 2021. This is called Without Remorse. So this movie is about seeking justice for the murder of his pregnant wife. An elite Navy SEAL uncovers a covert plot that threatens to engulf the United States and Russia, and all about Michael B. Jordan was just so good in this movie, and I praise him for his acting job when he was playing the villain in Black Panther. Um, Michael B. Jordan is just an amazing actor, and guys, this movie's worth it. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to watch this movie. It's definitely worth it. So if you haven't done so, be sure to watch this movie. So yeah, that is my top 20 movies of 2021. So if you guys have any movies you disagree with or agree with, let me know. And yeah. Well, guys, there you have it. Those are my top 20 movies of 2021, and that will wrap this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had some great moments of 2021, and I'll see you guys next year when I do my 2022 moments video, of course. And it's been such a great year, interesting year maybe, but anyways, I am Bruin Steel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. But yeah, all my friends' Instagram or social media links will be in the description. My friends' YouTube links, all the moments that I told you guys will be on Instagram. And like I said, my Instagram is on private. So if you want to see those photos, you have to add me, and then as soon as possible, I will follow you back. So all the videos that I did in 2021 will be in the description as well, and my YouTube link will be there. Everything will be there, so be sure to check it out. And yeah, that is my 2021 moments video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.